library director and selected Ms. Arlene Griffin as its new director. Ms. Griffin most recently has worked in library service in Jacksonville. I look forward to working with Ms. Griffin and the board to improve library services in our community. Per the Board of Aldermen's intent, I shall work with the board to implement an improved communication process to ensure that there is no longer a disconnect between the board and LSSI. Chief Graves has informed me that the county has solicited bids for ambulance service and is recommending a demand-based system. This system varies from the staged ambulance system to which we have been accustomed. The system is projected to cost the city of Millington $299,504 for FY 2014. This is a decrease from the $361,800 budgeted for this year. Although this represents a potential cost reduction, at the same time we have been informed that fire and EMS dispatching handled by the county will increase $181,000 over the current year. City manager and staff have attempted to find a workable alternative for board's consideration, but have been thus far unsuccessful. I want to announce, as most of you all know, but for the public's information, that work sessions for the new budget have been scheduled for April and part of May. The first session will be April the 8th and focus on the Arts and Recreation Department. Regarding Arts and Recreation, the Arts and Recreation Citizen Satisfaction Survey was distributed on March the 8th. This survey is very important in that it allows citizens to provide valuable input as to their satisfaction level with current services, as well as suggesting new services. The survey can be accessed on the city's website, as well as the Arts and Recreation site. Hard copy survey forms can be found at City Hall or Baker Community Center. Everyone is encouraged to complete a survey. I am pleased to announce that the police department continues to seek State of Tennessee accreditation. It is currently completing the necessary paperwork in order to be eligible for an on-site evaluation. I want to remind everyone that the ultimate purpose in pursuing accreditation is to identify strengths and weaknesses so that strengths can be enhanced and weaknesses addressed. I extend my appreciation to Chief Stanback and Inspector Coleman for administering this process. I want to remind the board that there has been thus far no resolution to the July 4th fireworks dilemma. As you may recall, NSA Mid-South has advised that it will no longer organize and seek sponsor funding for this event. The city currently has nothing budgeted for the fireworks or related activities. If the city wishes to be involved, the fireworks would have to be rewritten or new contracts solicited by bids. If the city is not to be involved, the fireworks vendor needs to be contacted and informed that their services are not needed, or we may very well end up with a legal fiscal obligation. Perhaps the board may know of a sponsor that may assume this event's responsibility and cost. The City of Millington is very fortunate to possess a strong retail base. This can serve as a platform for additional growth and expansion. However, the manager is very concerned that very little is being done to encourage current retail retention and expansion and additional retail development. It is not the manager's intention to point fingers or criticize any person or entity. The problem is not lack of willingness, but rather a lack of strategy, data, and resources. Effective retail development is not a science, but rather a process that begins with education, resources, and realistic goals. It does require, unfortunately, a significant upfront cost. The manager has refrained from discussing this with the board as the current fiscal situation discourages new programs and new outlays. If the fiscal issues can be put to rest, the manager requests a future work session towards this end. Finally, I want to announce that the manager will be interviewing 3 candidates for the soon-to-be vacant position of Human Resources Director tomorrow. All 3 candidates appear to be possibilities. I intend to move very quickly to be able to recommend a candidate to the board for this very important city position. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Christie. Next item on the agenda is the public comments